All right, everybody, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Okay, so today we're tackling something that's been blowing up online Gen Z communication. And specifically, we found this video, a dad kind of freaking out because his teenage son, every time he picks up the phone, all you hear is like this,
What? Oh, a grunt greeting.
exactly, like a grunt instead of a hello. And it's got everyone talking, right? Like, is this just a teen being a teen, or is this a sign of something bigger? How digital natives communicate so differently.
Right, because on one hand, every generation thinks the next one's messed up communication, right?
Right.
But this time, with kids growing up online,
It's different, yeah.
it makes you wonder, has tech totally reshaped how they use language?
Okay, so back to this dad's video, which is hilarious, by the way, but he was seriously worried. He said his son would answer the phone with a grunt, even to, like, his grandma.
Yeah.
And the dad was like, that's it, I'm hanging up.
Oh, wow. So he was trying to teach him a lesson about phone etiquette.
Yeah, like old school manners. And it got me thinking, are those even still relevant?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, right? I mean, I teach communication, and even I'm like, phone skills, how important are those in the age of texting? But I will say this whole thing goes way beyond just saying hello nicely.
Oh, absolutely.
It's about social cues, the unspoken stuff that makes us human. And research is showing that, yeah, digital natives might be missing some of that.
Okay, so there's actually research on this.
Oh, yeah, tons. There was a study recently, University of California, I think, and they found that because Gen Z grew up with like rapid fire text, emojis, all that, their brains actually process information differently.
Wow, so it's like they're wired differently?
Exactly. They're amazing multitaskers, great at scanning info quickly, but when it comes to face-to-face, picking up on subtle cues, tone of voice, body language, that's where some struggle. And that stuff's crucial no matter how tech-savvy you are.
Especially in the workplace, right? I mean, imagine you're trying to land a job and you answer the phone like, ugh.
Right. Not a good look. And it's not just about jobs, it's relationships, everything. Like, I get it with your friends, grunting's probably fine, you have that shorthand. But what this dad's getting at is...
Well, you got to know when to switch it up.
Exactly. Like code switching, knowing the right way to communicate depending on the situation, that's a skill that transcends generations, transcends technology.
And honestly, I think that's what the dad was worried about. It wasn't really about the grunt itself. It was more like, hey, I got to teach my son how to navigate the world, how to talk to people so he can succeed.
Which is kind of sweet when you think about it. He's just trying to equip his kid with the tools for success, right?
Yeah. And honestly, I think we all worry about that as generations change and tech keeps evolving. Like, are we raising kids who are amazing online but lost in the real world?
It's a valid concern. But here's the thing. It's not about demonizing technology or trying to hold on to the past. It's about finding that balance. Like, let's celebrate what digital communication does well, the creativity, the connection, but let's also make sure we're teaching those traditional skills, that face-to-face stuff, the emotional intelligence.
Because those are still the foundation.
Absolutely, because at the end of the day, whether you're texting, tweeting, or talking, it's all about connecting with another human being.
So good. And it's funny, because this whole conversation started with a dad and his son's phone habits. But we've landed at this bigger picture thing about the future of human connection in a digital world.
And that's what's so fascinating about this topic, right? It seems simple on the surface, what, versus hello, but it really gets at the heart of who we are, how we communicate, and what kind of future we're building together.
I love that. And you know what? It's a good reminder for all of us, no matter what generation we're from, to maybe put down our phones every once in a while, have a real conversation, maybe even with a grunt greeting or two thrown in.
Exactly. Embrace the awkwardness, embrace the change, and learn from each other.
So well said. All right, everyone listening, next time you hear a grunt instead of a hello, don't freak out. Maybe just take a breath. Remember this conversation and think about what it really means to connect in today's world. All right, that was awesome. Until next time, keep those deep dives going.
See you next time.